Is it time to switch back to a flat back four?
For me personally, I would change back to a flat back four. Yeah.
Right back.
People are gonna hate me, but I'm gonna say Nordveit. I think he. Yeah, I'm aware. These are the situations we're in now.
Hello and welcome to Talking Good Game, and it's the preview of Liverpool against West Ham United, Sunday, 4:30 kickoff at Anfield. Charlie, in the summer I spoke to you. We did a preview of every Premier League club. You said Liverpool are my title tip for the season. Are you sticking by that?
Yeah, I am. I didn't think they were going to be as incredible as they have been, but I rate Klopp hugely. A lot of their players are really good. I'll be straight up honest and say that I didn't think Mane was going to be as good as he has been, but he has been. They've got some very big teams contending with them. Pep City, Conte's Chelsea, people like that. But I'm still going to back them. I think they just score a ridiculous amount of goals, and ultimately you kind of need that at the end of the day.
Ryan, have you been impressed by the red side and Merseyside this season?
It's pretty difficult not to be, isn't it? I mean, compared to what they were like last season, they're an absolute different animal. I mean, it's like a lion cub, and it's fully grown, and now it's leader of the pride. That's the difference from last season to this one.
Ryan, do you think their defence or lack of defence could cost them the title at the end of the season come May?
Possibly, but as Charlie was saying, they score a ridiculous amount of goals. I mean, last week, Matip wasn't playing in their defence, and I think he's managed to change their defence quite a bit because he's tall, and he's powerful, which they was lacking last season.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the more impressive purchases this season, but he's supposed to be back for this Sunday. It looks like he could be back, and Lallana could be back in the starting 11 as well. Charlie, if you could pick one player to take to West Ham from Liverpool, just one. Don't think about fees, anything. You can just pick up one and move him to West Ham. Which player would you pick?
Oh, you've lobbed a curveball at me. I did not think about this at all. There's a few people to choose from. Lallana's definitely one of them. I love Adam Lallana. I think he's fantastic. Obviously, you've got Coutinho, Firmino, people like that, Mane. I'm a big fan of Emre Can, and I think he'd probably fill a gap that we would need utility-wise. Let's say Emre Can, on the provision that everyone knows that you have just lobbed this at me without any sort of preparation. I'm going to say Emre Can because I think from him to come even still, he's a very solid player defensively, and yet he's very tidy when he moves the ball. You can tell he grew up playing for like Bayern Munich. He's very solid, and for us, every time that he can play both in defence and in midfield, and that's super useful because Pedro Obiang's been filling that role, but again, his passing's been a bit wayward the last couple of games. We need someone who's going to be consistently dependent. I hoped that would have been Nordveit, but it clearly hasn't come to pass. I would really like to see him in our team. If I was to pick anyone, because we've got a crap ton of attacking players, if I was to pick any one player, it would probably be Emre Can right now.
And Ryan, last question on Liverpool. Are we as West Ham fans looking at Liverpool and seeing the difference between buying players to fit your system compared to buying players to fill up the squad?
Without a doubt, they've definitely bought the correct players. I mean, everyone knew that. Anyone that was playing against Liverpool, they were saying, okay, they might be a bit bad, but they're saying wait till Klopp puts these changes in, and that's exactly what's happened. And now you're seeing they're seeing the benefits.
But before we move on to our own team, the man in the middle on Sunday is Mark Clattenburg. This man needs no introduction. Everyone knows who Mark is. West Ham have had him just once this season, which was away to West Brom when we lost 4-2. And Liverpool have also had him just once this season, but they drew 0-0 at Southampton. Now, Ryan, West Ham conceded 9 goals in 2 games. Is it time to switch back to a flat back four?
Yep. But to be honest, the way we're playing at the moment, I don't think any system's going to do anything. I think what needs to be required is some actual effort on training ground. Because no matter what system we play, every time I've seen us, we look so short of match sharpness. I mean, every time we can do it for 15 minutes and then we have to sit back.
Who would you play at right back though? If we switch to the back four, who would you play at right back? The rest of the defence picked themselves, I think.
God Almighty, I really don't know. That's the problem. We should have signed a right back and we haven't. Now we're buggered because of it.
Charlie,
I
what's
really
your
don't know.
thoughts? Is it time to move to a flat back for Charlie?
Yeah, and now you've said it, the incredibly obvious answer to take from Liverpool is Nathaniel Klein. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Yeah, yeah, basically, I think it is. When we changed to it, although Arbeloa didn't exactly have the brightest game of his life, when we did change to that back four during the Arsenal match, or what I perceived to be the back four, I think that not only helped us out sort of at the back a little bit more rigidly, but going forward, we looked so much better. Just having, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just having the amount of players nearer to the striker that we had, but we just looked a hell of a lot more effective for the 20 or so minutes I saw us playing the 4-2-3-1. We looked a lot more effective going forward. And so for me personally, I would change back to a flat back four. Yeah.
Right back.
People are gonna hate me, but I'm gonna say Nordveit. I think yeah, I'm aware. These are the situations we're in now. Arbeloa, I think, maybe has more to give. I don't particularly trust him though. He wasn't very. He didn't exactly show much pace. Probably not been training that hard. I don't want to just lob him in against a team like Liverpool who have pace and will utterly destroy him. And I think out of the other people we have, Nordveit probably gives us the most defensive capabilities. And although I know people are going to go, oh, he gave away a penalty, he did this, he did that. Yes, I'm aware. But who do you think is better defensively, Mikel Antonio or Havard Nordveit? So personally, I would go with Nordveit, although I'm well aware that I'm probably the only person in the world who would say that.
I'm also an advocate of the flat back four. I think we've got to play this system against Liverpool. I think if we play three at the back or two wing backs, then we're just asking for trouble, especially when they come down the right-hand side with Mane and Klein. Should Mane be fit, we're going to struggle down that side massively. And James Milner, while he's not the best left back in the world, he's experienced and he knows exactly what to do and how to really push a right back and make them struggle. I would play Cech right back. I would play Cech because I think people are saying they're missing his engine. I get that, but I'm not a big fan of him centre midfield. I don't think he's been very good centre midfield. So I tend to think, why would we take him out of defence when he's been playing well there and put him into a position where he was playing poor at the start of the season? So I would play Reed and Ogbonna in the middle and put Cech right back. And it allows Cech to push forward at times, given the right situation. He can push forward. And if he does go on one of his runs, the liability behind him isn't such a great potential for Liverpool as it was if he was coming out as a centre back and running forward. Like, if we nick the ball off him, there's a bit more stability for West Ham. But let's look at our midfield. Ryan, big question. Dimitri Payet, would you play him?
I think you've got to, really, because, look at the Tottenham game. He was our only outlet. He was the only one who was actually beating players and then running forward in the counter-attack. I mean, if his final delivery would have been better during that second half, we would have won. But also, do you remember when he played against Liverpool last year at Anfield? When he did the free dribble and he basically beat three players and then run off. That's what we're going to need. We're going to need that on Sunday. There is no way we can go there and then just match him.
Yeah, but I also remember Dimitri Payet playing well when we played Arsenal at home last season, when we drew 3-3, and he didn't really turn up. But I agree. We've got to play him simply because he's the only player capable of doing something just like that, unfortunately. But he needs a severe change in his attitude starting on Sunday. And should he not turn up on Sunday, there's just going to be even more questions thrown at him by West Ham fans.
I've got another point to that. I know everyone keeps going about Pie, but he's not the only player whose attitude stinks. It's no
one is saying he's the only player, though. But what we're saying is his attitude is stinking the most recently.
It's probably because he got lied to by the owners. But that's another point. That's another discussion in itself.
Yes, but we're talking about the Liverpool game here. Charlie, what would you do in the centre midfield? Would you play two there, or would you play the three and go for a bit of try and keep it tight?
I'd go 4-2-3-1. It's probably slightly suicidal, but I don't particularly care. I think that Liverpool are such a free-flowing, high-scoring team. Trying to keep it tight and like 100, our primary objective, keeping it tight and trying to stop them, is probably a bad move. I think just like Arsenal, they could probably carve us open quite easily. For me, I would change to a 4-2-3-1, and I would try and get some sort of momentum going when we're going forward. I think I would play Payet. I don't like his attitude. I've been an advocate for dropping him before, but in this game, I would play Lanzini at cam, even though I'm an advocate for him playing deeper as well. I would play, say, Andre Ayew on the right and someone up front, Zaza. I don't know who, someone, but just I want as many people going forward. I want to really see us try, because I think although keeping Liverpool down to 1 or something would be great for morale, I think scoring more and showing that we are capable going forward would be a lot better in the long run for me.
I would like us to see us play 4-3-2-1, the same as Liverpool play essentially, but Lanzini is one of the centre midfield, so we've got some sort of creativity and outlet from the middle of the park. But Ryan, do we have to take into consideration this fixture? We're going there expecting to get nothing. On Wednesday night, we have a bigger game, Burnley at home. Okay, so do we? You've got 3 players to think about here. So I'm afraid you've got Andy Carroll. Do we risk a half-fit Andy Carroll, or do you just keep Fletcher up front and keep Carroll on the bench and look at starting him against Burnley? And also, do you take into consider this situation? We've got Antonio and Noble on 4 yellow cards. If they pick up a booking at Anfield, they miss the Burnley game. Now, some people go, "Bah, Noble starts against Liverpool and gets booked and misses that game." Yeah, okay, I get it. But what about Antonio, etc.? Do we need to take these into consideration?
You do, but Charlie managed to answer that question already, with him saying, drop Lanzini to centre midfield as a 2, and then put Ayew on the right, so he gives Antonio. So Antonio is not necessarily has to play.
What about Carroll? Would you risk a half-fit Carroll? Would you risk a half-fit Carroll?
Playing Carroll every game is always a risk, because he can always get injured without even realising. All he's got to do is have one bad landing, and that's it. So playing him every game is a risk.
Well, a weird stat for you now. The last 3 games that Liverpool have played on a Sunday, each game has had 7 goals. They lost 4-3 to Bournemouth. The last Sunday they played on before that, they thumped Watford 6-1 at home, and the opener at the start of the season when they won 4-3 at the Emirates. So we could be seeing goals at Anfield should the stats pick itself up. West Ham United's defence has given the opposition 6 goals, 6 individual errors from West Ham United. A league high has resulted in the opponent scoring. Alexis Sanchez can thank Ogbonna for the latest one. Charlie, this is a silly question, but I ask it every single time. Are you confident?
I'm more confident than I was against Arsenal. I will say that. I couldn't see anything but Arsenal rolling us over. I said 3-2 because I thought we'd give them some fight. We didn't give any fight. We got rolled over. I think Gonzo earlier in the week in a video spoke about Bilic going into the training ground and really just basically kicking boots up people's asses. And I really hope that is the case and that it fires something underneath the players. I think our mentality going into this game than I was going into the Arsenal game. And so I really hope we can give them a fight. That being said, I mean, I can't remember what the stat is. I saw it earlier in the week. I think it's something like Liverpool have scored 2.5 goals a game on average this season. I can't see us scoring 3, to be blunt about it.
Ryan?
Sorry, what was the question?
Are you confident?
No, not at all. Not at all whatsoever.
Have you not got any sort of part in you, West Ham, that says, if I cling to this slight hope in this one situation, scenario that may happen, we might actually get something?
Not really. I mean, the Tottenham game with how we capitulated was that killed it. Last week, killed it. This week, not really. I mean, I can see us attempting it, but I think Burnley will be more on their minds.
Well, what I'm going to say, all I'm going to say is, I said it before the Arsenal one, and it didn't really work. But these are the games I enjoy as a fan. But there's no pressure on us. If we lose, so what? No one's expecting us to win. These are bonus points. if we go down, I don't think we will before anyone jumps on. If we go down, we're not going down because we lost at Anfield. We're going down because we lost at home to Southampton or we lost at home to Watford. They're the games that cause you relegation or cause you missing out on a European spot, etc. Not losing against Arsenal, not losing against Liverpool. These are bonus points. The one on Burnley, however, isn't bonus points, but we'll get onto that next week. And I enjoy these games of the fan, and I think the players, unfortunately, in a normal situation like last season, we were going there as the footballers were going there without pressure on them. But I think this time it's a bit different. There is pressure on them now because of what's happened so far this season, and they have to react. But I still think there's enough character in that squad as to react. You know, I don't see it as a lost cause. I don't look around the whole squad and say none of you care. Although it felt like that against Arsenal. You know, you've got Reid, you've got Collins, you've got Carroll, you've got Noble. Those players, against Arsenal, Lanzini was working hard. You know, you look at that and you think those players probably care. Those players will probably go out and graft against Liverpool. And that's why, I don't know why, but they concede a lot, Liverpool. They conceded 4 against, I know that their defence is coming back to full fitness and that, but Bilic has to go back to last season's game plan, which was outscore the opposition. This season, it feels like he's almost got a bit of Allardyce about him, where he wants to concede less than the opposition. Same outcome, that you're trying to win the game, but it's a different mentality, I think. And I think Bilic needs to scrap the concede one less thing and just go for the score one more thing and just go for it. And if we lose at Anfield and we lose 4-3 or we lose 5-3, I think most fans will applaud him and say, you know what, you went there and you gave it your all. You scored 3 at Anfield, and so to lose, there's a bit of unluckiness about that. And I think he'll get applauded for it. But it's almost prediction time. I think we all know what we're going to be predicting here, but we'll do it as normal. But before we do that, make sure you subscribe. It's youtube.com/HammersChat. Hit that red subscription button. Be kind, be nice. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button as well. And as always, give us your comments below. Give us your predictions. What do you think is going to happen? If you're a Liverpool fan, then have they been fair? Have I been fair on you? Let us know. Come on to our forum at hammerschat.com. Charlie's still thinking, Ryan, so I'm going to come to you first, I'm afraid. What is your prediction for Liverpool against West Ham United?
My heart says a scrappy 1-0 win, although my head is saying 4-1 Liverpool.
Charlie.
I'm going to say 3-2 to Liverpool, but I'm hopeful that we'll show some character.
I'm going to say 2-2. I'm going to say it's going to be 2-2. The draw. I'm sitting on the fence, but I do think we can't be this rubbish, can we? After last season, I don't believe we're that rubbish, but we've got to turn up at some point, and we've got to start turning up on Sunday, because if we lose and there's a heavy thumping and we just don't care, again, like we're seeing against Arsenal, Wednesday night's going to be a long night, and Burnley are going to smell blood. But we'll be back Sunday, straight after full time, live review. Come join us, whether we win, draw or lose. We'll be discussing the action from the game, giving us our thoughts. So make sure you tune in for that, and we'll be back next week with a preview of West Ham against Burnley and what could be a 6-pointer. But one thing for sure, we're going to Anfield and we're going to be in the bottom 3 before it kicks off.